Some podcasts have come here to play, but we are here to stay. Welcome to our first episode of 2026. Happy New Year. If you didn't say the last week.
Happy New Year!
Happy first episode, Bestie. How are you? How is your New Year going so far? How was your New Year day / holiday weekend?
I'm good. My New Year so far, like the week, has been great. Not gonna lie, I've actually tried not to be outside as much, which has been great. I've been hibernating, but in a good way. But I can't complain. The only thing I will say, this weather, it does suck when it's super cold, but I'm kind of getting used to it. I'm finding like I'm going through my second closet and I'm looking at, well, not looking. I'm finding outfits and clothes and jackets and coats and stuff that I haven't worn in a while that I'm like, "Oh, this is cute." But then I'm not going outside, so I'm not even like showing it off. But I'm excited. Tomorrow I'm going to my first hockey game.
Oh,
Go
no.
Rangers. Right? That's their name? Okay.
No, since we are on the topic of hockey, before I get into my New Year's and stuff, I kind of have like an online, not an online beef. I'm being a little dramatic when I say that, but I feel like some onliners have come at me because I
Really?
really think, I think I mentioned this show maybe last week or something on the podcast. I'm not sure if on the podcast or off. The show Heated Rivalry on HBO Max.
Mhm.
Basically, is a love story, hockey players, so on and so forth. All right, I watched it. I never said the show is bad. I said the show is all right. It's all right. There's nothing
I
groundbreaking.
haven't watched it yet, but I heard good things.
Yeah, it's a cool show. It's all right. Nothing groundbreaking, nothing like, oh, ooh, wow. And the way some people are going on about this show and how riveting is like, have we not watched Queer as Folk? Now that for especially the gay community, that was groundbreaking. That was a gag. I was still in high school when that show came out. And lucky, spoiled little me, I had like the cable box in my room. So late at night, I would stay up and watch it when I wasn't supposed to. But that show, that was like gagging and a lot of stories, and you've seen a lot, you know what I mean? So the fact
Yeah.
that people are going off of this, and then not only that, but Noah's Ark, for the brown Latino, for the brown folks, that was different. You needed logo. You needed that extra cable package to watch Noah's Ark. You know what I'm
You
saying?
remember the L Word? Did you ever
But
watch that?
yeah, I never watched it, but yes, we had, not to discriminate against our
Our
the
sisters.
LGBTQ, but that focused more on that, where I guess Heated Rivalry is more, a gay men love story, kind of like Queer as Folk did, which focused on men and Noah's Ark. So it's just crazy how people are going in and then they're like in the comments, like, well, how could you say it's not groundbreaking? It's just the way they're expressing it on Facebook. It's like, this is so cool, and it's like, no, it's been kind of done before, in a different way. I'm not saying this show's copying, but it's been done before. Just maybe you haven't heard of this little show called Queer as Folk. But it's like I said on Facebook, on my post is my opinion. And that's that. I never said it was bad either. I just think it's so riveting and groundbreaking. But
Should I watch it? Because I keep hearing a lot of people saying that
for
it's
sure.
good.
I'm not discouraging you from watching it. I'm not saying it's a bad show. Definitely watch it.
I've been hooked on 90 Day Fiance the other way. So and I'm like catching up because I'm super late on watching it, but Heated Rivalry, I heard like the third episode is so steamy and like it's the best one. And I'm sure that's when they come out.
Queer as Folk, watch it, people. It's also on HBO Max, I believe. Like the sex scenes there used to be like,
Yeah, hardcore.
me. Listen, I'm gonna admit it. It's maybe TMI, but as a teenager back then, you know what teenagers do, and that show was that for me. if y'all want to talk about hot and steamy, go watch Queer as Folk. With that being said, going back
How
to New
was, with that being said, how was your week? How was your
Yeah.
week?
Going back to New Year's. New Year's was great. I spent it in Philadelphia, although it was cold. I mean, it was cold here, it was cold in Philadelphia, but it was cool to be in Philadelphia. I really like Philadelphia, and I got to walk, although it was cold. We got to walk a little bit impromptu after New Year's, after we left, and we went through some neighborhoods that was just so beautiful and cool, and like
I
just
love Philly.
we just had like it was like a um kind of gave me like a little Salem feel, like the cobblestone. It was just so beautiful, and definitely pumped me up to want to go back this summer, spring summer,
Yeah.
again and explore and walk more than I've done before. Because I've been to Philly a few times, but
Mhm.
I want to really get into those neighborhoods and walk more and explore more. So, but it was pretty cool. I had a good time. Ate, rested and stuff, and now we're back. Dry January. I see the cup, but this is my. It's ginger, mint, and cucumber water.
Cheers. I have just straight water.
Salute. So, doing my dry January again, like I mentioned last week's episode, and it's going good. I mean, I feel like this week has started. It's going by at a good pace. I feel like tomorrow's already Thursday. The week is almost over. I've been having a good work week as well. Good start to January so far. But I prayed on this week on Sunday. I prayed, okay, I manifested and saged, and I did a lot because I was coming from a 2 week vacation. Like,
I know. Monday, I was like dreading it. I didn't, first of all, I did work from home on Monday, but like it just felt so slow. And I just felt, I got a good night's sleep, but I felt like I didn't sleep enough.
mm.
And it's crazy because it's like, I don't know if it's because of like the new year and everything feels like it's coming at you faster, but ugh, I can tell January is gonna go like this.
Last year went slow. I feel that the way this week has started, I feel it's gonna go by quick too.
Yeah, which
In a
I'm
sense,
glad.
yeah. But um, this past weekend, funny enough, we woke up on Saturday, and we don't really get into the politics and stuff here on the podcast. But Saturday we woke up to you know the U.S. invading
Venezuela
invading basically Venezuela, bombing them and stuff, and capturing their president basically. Um,
and First Lady.
and First Lady, is she a criminal too?
Yeah, but she's also part of the government too. Like I think she's like the chief officer or something. Um,
So I had sent you. Did I send you that thing comparing?
yeah,
Um, I don't know if you want to go through that because one of the things I've seen online is obviously I wake up and I see the news and I see that and I'm like, oh God, this damn president. But then as days have been going by, I'm seeing even from Venezuelans themselves and clips and stuff.
yeah.
I'm seeing many other. I'm seeing two sides. I'm seeing like people celebrating, but then I'm seeing people thing, and then I'm seeing people saying that it's about the oil, and I've seen Trump himself say certain things where I'm like, yo, this guy is just, oh, now we're gonna take it over, but whatever, we're gonna control. I've seen a lot, but I sent you this article basically. I'm basically explaining both sides. So I don't
So
know if
I
you
will
want.
summarize it in my thoughts real fast. I basically Nicolas Maduro and his wife and his whole team, they basically rigged a presidential election where there was another man, I forget his name, he won by a landslide. And Maduro did not win the re-election, but because he's stubborn and pig-headed, he decided to still stay as a president, and he was like, I'm still serving. Basically became like a straight up dictator. And the people of Venezuela have had dictatorship for decades. Before Maduro was Hugo Chavez, who used to like, they worked together also. And Hugo Chavez hated the United States, always said that we were after their oil, which we are. Two things can be true. the United States is, trying to get back um access to oil because Exxon used to be like the people that were in charge of the oil reserves over there in Venezuela. However, the reason why there's such an uproar with Americans here and other countries in the world is because of the way that it was done. It almost seems, well, it doesn't almost seem, it does seem that he did it without asking for permission. Like you just invaded a country just to like get the president out. And while Venezuelans, and I have a lot of Venezuelan friends, so I've asked them or like I've seen what they've posted, a lot of them are happy for the people in their country, for their patriarchs and stuff. However, now America's going to run Venezuela. So that means taxpayer dollars are going to Venezuela. All the efforts and the mission that they did to get involved is coming from our pockets, basically. So that's why people are upset. And also, like, it would make more sense. Honestly, I would, give credit to Trump if he said, we want the oil. We need the oil. The United States cannot survive without the oil. But he's not saying that. He's saying that the guy has weapons of mass destruction. He has like a cartel. It could be true. We don't know. It's alleged. But this is very similar to what happened in Iraq with Saddam Hussein, where George Bush was like, there's weapons of mass destruction, and they weren't. So basically, Trump says Maduro is a terrorist and he's running a criminal drug empire that's hurting Americans. Him and his wife are facing charges in New York. What legal experts and the world say, this is regime change, not rescue. This was about removing a leader the US didn't like with no UN approval and no real plan. He's setting the standard or setting the stage for like other countries to be able to invade others. You guys were just complaining about Russia invading, what was it, Ukraine? Like you guys didn't allow that. So why the hell is the United States allowed to do that? Because we're the big one? Like that is crazy. And basically it just breaks international law. I don't want to go into a whole spiel about this because I feel like CNN right now. But at the end of the day, I'm happy that this man was removed, but I also feel like Venezuelans need to tread lightly and understand that like you guys are in a vulnerable position because if you think that the United States is going to look out for you, they're looking out for themselves.
Yeah. Crazy way to wake up Saturday, especially our third day into the year.
Seriously.
But listen, yeah. But did you hear also during the New Year, someone who was in Paris and the two people basically in Paris. Did you hear about this?
No.
No. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you. So Alexia Napola was
oh my God
in Paris with none other than I said Alexia Napola because I'm sure she's gonna stay Napola because she was with Todd, her ex-husband or husband. I don't know if the divorce went through or not. The same guy who I don't know if we talked about it here on the podcast that went to sued Bravo a few months ago because due to defamation of character and et cetera, et cetera. He did withdraw. Funny enough, while I was away in Philadelphia, I believe the news broke that he withdrew his lawsuit against them. And then the pictures started, not the pictures, but people started leaking that they seen both Alexia and Todd at the airport in France, very, very cozied up, very much together. So that is funny, but I bring this up because I wanted your opinion. Obviously, Miami cameras, allegedly, from what I hear, word on the street is they pick up this month, right? I'm sure Alexia is going to be part of this season, for sure. But do you think after this season, because I'm sure this is going to be a storyline, there's no way for her to hide it, do you think after this season her job may be in jeopardy due to the fact that her ex, whatever he is, tried to sue Bravo? Yes, he withdrew it. Do you think this may cause her job for the season after this one?
I think that Todd Napola is probably going to get cozy with her when the cameras are down, and then as soon as production starts, he's gonna find some reason to like back off and not want to be in the relationship. So each time that she is filming, he's not involved, and who knows why the case was dismissed? But maybe he could have sent like a cease and desist where they
No,
can't see his name.
he withdrew it. He withdrew
Oh, he
it.
withdrew it
Like,
completely.
he,
That's
he,
different because maybe he's turning a new leaf, or maybe he just wants her to like keep her job. I don't know. I feel like at this point she's not giving us anything, and this back and forth, it seems very hypocritical. And as a viewer, I don't like the back and forth. I have, you know, when you have that friend that says, "Fuck him, I'm not getting back with him. I'm not getting back with him. I don't want to be with this guy with my ex anymore." And every other week or like every month they're back with them and then they break up to make up. That is annoying. That is very annoying.
I thought of Marisol. I'm like, I wonder, because
Or Marisol.
Marisol was honest in ways last season.
Yeah.
So I would love to see her input and how forward she will be with Alexia this upcoming season. And also word on the street, speaking of breakups to makeups and makeups to breakups, Lisa and Jody.
Yeah.
I guess because of a tweet where Jody himself allegedly confirmed that they are no longer together. So I don't know if you heard that.
He's now deleted it, but yeah, basically he said that they went their separate ways. Honestly, I feel like Lisa Hochstein has gone through a lot, and she was with Lenny Hochstein for so long that she should be by herself and like focus on her kids, like chill out for a little bit. I felt like she put too much on Jody, like the constant. It used to give me the ick when she would talk about Lenny and talk about everything she was going through with her current boyfriend. Like, he's not your, I mean, yes, he's your boyfriend and you can confide on things, but like, I could never see myself confiding in my current boyfriend about an ex, about something that I have ongoing with him. That's fucking weird.
Yeah. No, yeah, it used to it used to be cringy for me as well. Watching those scenes with her, especially she got with him so quick after
she did.
Lenny. So it's like she gave herself no room to breathe. But you know what it is with that? She was used to forever X amount of time being taken care of.
Yeah.
This is a girl who like she was a kept girl. She was a kept girl. Let's just put it like that. Let's just call it age what it is. She was a kept girl from the beginning. She working for her was going around the office, prancing, maybe bossing. Oh, it's this done, it's this done. That was working for her, but she's being paid by her man, the plastic surgeon. She was a kept woman. So now, because you even seen it with last season with Jody, it's like, you don't know how to do this, you don't know how to do that. Mortgage, you know what I mean?
The season ended with her asking, like, she doesn't want to be a girlfriend, she wants to be a wife again. And it's like, damn, girl, you just literally got your divorce decree and you're talking about wanting to get married again. Like, go off. But
listen, I love my Leos. This is no hate towards Leos, but it's like it gives me Jennifer Lopez because Lisa Hochstein is a Leo and Jennifer
Leo.
And we've seen J-Lo's trajectory. But J-Lo supposedly at her New Year's show Up All Night in Vegas, we should be sponsored. She basically gave a speech saying that now men have her next relationship has to earn her love. So we'll see about that, Jennifer Lopez. We shall see. 2026, New Year. All best with
back to Miami. Did you hear the viral story that happened on New Year's Eve in Miami with like this club? I think it was Live. I think that club Live and this like plus size girl. It's like viral all over TikTok. The Shade Room didn't cover it. I'm surprised, but like there was a group of girls. This one particular girl did a TikTok where she said that she and her friends went out to Miami and they went to a club. They reached out to the promoter and the promoter was like, send me pictures of all the girls that are coming so I can set you guys at VIP for free and like you guys don't have to make the line. So she sent pictures and then one of the friend who they claim allegedly is plus size. I saw the girl. She is not plus size. She got a BBL. She looks good. They told her that she had to pay $300 to get in. Yeah. And the girls were outside thinking for 2 hours, waiting around, sitting like debating whether they should go in or not.
Always
So
they
at
just walked in and did that. Oh wow.
but check this out. Instead of them being like, fuck that, let's we came together, let's leave together, they decided to ask the girl, the plus size girl, would you go back to the whole, if we pay for your Uber, would you go back to the house? And she said, I'll go back to the house, I'll get in the Uber, but I'm not going to be your friend anymore, like our friendship is over. And then cut to the scene of the girls in the club celebrating. So obviously you guys left your friend, told your friend to go, and ended up going into the club and letting your friend, who came all the way from New York to Miami to experience that. I saw the plus size girls page. I think her name is Anna May, something like that. And she, first of all, beautiful. She's a 10. She did not deserve that. I think it's crazy. Miami club scene is ridiculous to me. It's always given Miami Vice vibes. But like to tell someone because they're curvy or curvaceous that they have to pay $300 to get in, that is wild. And her friends are fucked up. Like, why would you? This is the type of like friendship and behavior that some women have that is fucked up. If you already knew that she wasn't gonna get in because the promoter said that, you guys should have gone. One, y'all should have never left her. You should have gone somewhere else, and you shouldn't have stood around for 2 hours debating whether or not you were gonna go in or
That
like
sounds
let her
crazy.
go.
That sounds absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, yeah, that sucks, and that's why, in a sense, when I do go to Miami too, it's like I'd rather go to the rainbow spots because at least
Mhm.
you don't have to deal with that much. Where in the hetero spots, it's like it's very much gives that like
Well, for me personally, for me as a female, and like me wanting to go to clubs. I've never been interested in the Miami life clubs. Like I find them to be mad corny and tacky. But for them to do that shit, like who still goes clubbing? At this point, it's only like young ass kids. I don't know, but that was crazy. And it's like a big talk, and everyone is coming after the girl that chose to go into the club instead of like going with her friend. So with friends like those,
right. Well, I need to look that up because no, I did not hear
I'll
about.
send you the video.
I did not hear about that. But with the new year, because it happens at the top of the year every year, comes a new season of RuPaul's Drag Race, and this one is 18. The show is now legal. 18 seasons of RuPaul's Drag Race has been. It's crazy at this
Sign me
point.
up.
It's like America's Next Top Model type. It's almost gonna beat it soon. The seasons running, but you know I have to say I want to get your take on it, of course. But I have to say off the bat, I'm glad. Thank you, Ru. Thank you. You did not do the whole splitting the girls into two different episodes. Then we have to wait for the next Friday for the girls, and then to the third week for all of them to merge. And thank you so much for not doing that this season. It felt good, like all seasons, to see all of them coming at the same time. I have to say, right off the bat, that was a refresher for me.
Yeah,
But there's more to get into, but I want to get your take on season
the
18.
girls. The
Overall, what do you
first,
love the episode, the girls?
I like the episode. I think that I have a few that I have my eye on that I actually like. That Greek one, Dion. I really like her.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm gonna root for Mia Star. I do like the fact that they are older and they're not just looking.
Thank you. Thank you, because that was I thought that.
I really like Didi Fuego, the from
Oh, she
Mexico.
looks yeah, she looks like a white girl, but yeah, she's
She
Mexican.
does, but I saw her TikTok and she be speaking Spanish like da 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 da. But um, the I was confused as to why there wasn't an elimination. because like
that
that's
part.
annoying. I already had someone in mind that should have gone home. What else? I think it's crazy that like 90% of them are from Florida. I didn't think
Oh
Florida
yeah,
had such a huge drag
there's
scene.
like 5 of them
More than 5.
in Florida, 5 or 6 the most, but I think it's 5. Wait, I wrote it in my notes. No, it's 5 of them. 5 girls from Florida.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see what they have to show, and I'm glad. Listen, it's not about being because I'm of a certain age that I'm ageist. It's not that. It's that I have a preference of like the status of how drag queens show their craft. Like if you've done drag for 10 years or more, you'd know your shit. And a lot of these queens have been there for a while. And it also shows that RuPaul took, well, her and her production, they took their time to like cast this season because it doesn't seem like it's people that are brand new, fresh off of TikTok or fresh off of Instagram, just painting themselves and like performing in their bedrooms.
Mhm.
So I'm excited for this season.
Yeah, me too. It was refreshing. I'm locked in. The whole Dion, because Mia Star's part of the Dion family, and then there's like the
The grandmother and the aunt.
thing. So it's like them three, including Mia Star. I guess Mia Star, they dubbed her the auntie. Um,
That's funny.
what else? I have some notes. I, Vita Von Teese, which is the pageant queen, she's a standout for me. Nini Coco, she's the one that did. I was
She
surprised by her
won.
as well.
She won
Um,
the lip sync, right?
yes. And another surprise that I didn't know, but Rue has done this for me before. When Rue has a little catchphrase for a queen that makes me gag, like laugh out loud, I end up either liking the queen, rooting for the queen, even when I didn't even see the queen at first. He
Yeah.
did it with Utica, the thing when she was like Schenectady, blah blah blah, Utica. He did it with Silky.
She did it with Kennedy Davenport too.
Yeah, with the likes of Silky Nutmeg Ganache wordplay with that. He did it with a couple of queens. It did not come in at the top of my head, but he did it with another queen this premiere episode, and she didn't stand out to me at the beginning, but now I like her because Rue said some girls do, but Jane don't. It is just the way Rue delivers it, and it's out of nowhere that
Yeah.
it just made me laugh. And I'm like, and she did good actually. She did pretty good. She was one of the top queens too. So Jane don't up there too, looking out for her. Overall, I'm excited for the season. So yes, finally something to watch either Friday night or the next day.
Yeah. I think that the girls, the bottom girls, the two that were on the bottom, the one little
The
curly
Lizzo
hair one,
impersonator and
the Lizzo impersonator, what's her name? I don't know.
the big girl.
Yeah, and then the other one that's I think she's a Dion.
Yeah. I mean, she was painted cute, and like they said, the illusion, the way she sold it. But when you really broke it down, I was like, oh yeah. And speaking of someone that was brutally honest, and I love this for
Cardi.
a guest judge, Cardi B. Listen, Rue, like she said it, she wants a job. Like if you need to replace, this is the chick to put on the show. Like I love the brutally honest, but it didn't come off as like bitchy when like a Law Roach type of thing. It didn't come out
It
mean.
didn't come out bitchy like Nicki Minaj saying, "Oh, I hate your makeup." You could have said, "Oh, you should have done a little different. You should have done your makeup a little bit
Cardi
different."
was brutally honest though. Cardi was still brutally honest. So I was like, damn. But again, I don't know. It still didn't come off like mean. It was just like she's just honest, and she was honest with a few of those girls. So I really, really like that because a lot of these special guest judges, like they maybe give their critique, but Cardi was brutally honest.
I like the fact that she got to like talk to the girls. I
Yeah,
thought that was very sweet, but also she brought her makeup and hairstylist, the dolls,
yeah,
Erica La Flores, I think, and Tokyo Styles. I
yep.
would love Tokyo to do my hair. But one thing that I found to be so fucking tacky. Oh my god, bitch, the audacity. You're in the presence of Belcalis Almanzar, and you are asking her, would you wear my outfit? What was this bitch's name? What was that drag queen's name?
She's from West Palm Beach. She's the rocker one. I believe she's from West Palm Beach. She's from Florida for sure. I can't think of her name, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That's tacky. Why would you say that to a judge? That's like, I mean,
I
I like the fact that that Cardi like responded in like a nice way and was like, "Yeah, I would wear it," but like you could tell that that's kind of off-putting to want validation after you got critiqued by all the judges.
Well, no, I feel wasn't she safe, and that's why she was mad.
Yeah, she was
So
safe.
she wasn't even able to get critiqued because the safe queens don't get critiqued.
Then be happy that you're safe, girl. It's the first fucking.
No, I heard she threw a tantrum. I don't know if you've seen Untucked, but she was basically saying she should have won and stuff.
I didn't know. I didn't watch Untucked.
Yeah, I watched Untucked, and yeah. So she was mad, but other queens found it tacky as well. As there was another queen like you found it tacky that she asked that for a Cardi. I didn't see nothing wrong with it, but it's funny you bring it up because another queen felt the same way too.
I was watching, I think the pit stop or something, and I think it was Bianca
Del Rio, and I watched that too. Actually, I watched that too with Plastique.
Yeah, where can you watch that? Because I saw like the clip
on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, on YouTube.
Yeah.
I watched the full episode. But did you hear about? I don't know. I never heard about the magazine or a publication called The Cut, but I don't know if you heard this drama mama, literally drama mama. This expose that Ashley Tisdale, known famously High School Musical, Disney Channel, and Phineas and Ferb, I guess she voices one of the characters. I didn't know that too recently, but she wrote an expose on The Cut, basically about toxic moms. A toxic mom group that she belonged to that she's no longer friends with because she's, as she dubs them, are toxic and have mean girl behavior that brought her back to high school. Now, the drama behind this is a group of moms, but specifically the moms are being highlighted and brought to the forefront because the sleuths that are the internet, the group of girls, moms that she was hanging out with years prior was the likes of Mandy Moore, Hilary Duff, and Meghan Trainor, amongst other moms, right? That may not necessarily be in the spotlight, but they're well-to-do ladies as well. People put two and two together as well because Ashley Tisdale, people noticed that she unfollowed Hilary Duff, Meghan Trainor, and Mandy Moore. Her rep, Ashley Tisdale's rep, has come out and denied that it's about these specific girls that I just named, and basically is saying that Ashley Tisdale is a registered Democrat. The reason why I bring that up is because allegedly one of the reasons that these group of moms iced her out is because her political views were not aligning with theirs, and they were a little controversial. They found the group of moms supposedly, allegedly. That's one of the reasons. I read up on something else. Supposedly that when the wildfires happened, one of the girls, it was this other chick, not Mandy, Hillary, or Megan, another of the group friends, lost their home, and even Mandy, people like Mandy Moore affected stuff, but that Ashley Tisdale never really checked in on her, that she's very self. So, I kind of was reading, catching up and trying to figure out both sides. And listen, two things could be true. Ashley Tisdale did find maybe the mom's icing her out and feeling like she was in high school because she was being iced out. But on the other hand, these group of girls maybe think, people do change and people do act weird and maybe are not there, are very self. And maybe these girls felt that and iced her out. And that's that. I don't know what you thought, if you heard about this, but it's catching up. So I'm like, it's really.
I literally heard about this like a few hours ago. First of all, in response to her being a registered Democrat, that has nothing to do with anything because you could be a registered Democrat and still vote for a Republican president. So that has nothing to do with anything. Secondly, I don't know if you heard what happened recently, but Matthew Kona, Hilary Duff's husband, he just released like a picture where he took the image of Ashley Tisdale's cover and he put his face and he wrote, "Imagine being something." I have to look it up because I have to put the way that he put it. He basically like came at her, so he was standing up for his woman.
And he did, and I seen that, and he also wrote an expose on the cut, like being very like sarcastic, tongue in cheek. But with that, I have to say, in the famous word of Nene Leakes, stay out of women's business. I love a man. I love a protector and stuff, but in this case, stay out of women's business.
So he said, when you're the most self-obsessed, when you're the most self-obsessed, tone-deaf person on earth, other moms tend to shift their focus to their actual toddlers. He don't play about his, but
sure don't.
I feel like I don't know. I don't know why she would say that without clarifying and making a point to say there are famous women in this group. I'm not referring to them. Clearly, you didn't say that. Also, not to mention, I've never heard ever in my childhood Mandy Moore or Hilary Duff being in some beef. Hilary Duff had beef, obviously, with Lindsay Lohan because of Aaron Carter, but that was literally the extent of it. And Lindsay has even came out and said, like, Hillary's a nice girl.
Yeah.
So, Meghan Trainor, however, that bitch, I don't like her. She's fucking whack. And
I don't know about her. I know her song. You know, her songs that were popular, stuff, but I don't know much about her character.
I don't really like her, and like, there's a whole thing. The Rue girls do not like her. She was a judge, and there was this running joke that she ate someone's sandwich, and she came dressed in pajamas because she didn't think it was a big deal to even be a judge. Like, it was a whole thing. So I don't really care for her. But yeah, don't mess with Mandy Moore and don't mess with Hilary Duff.
Yeah, I thought the whole thing was like, whoa, like this is ridiculous, and like. And celebrities writing these essay exposés, like what the hell? Anyways, speaking of exposés, yesterday was the season finale of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. But one of the cast members definitely was exposed on display. Hi, Melissa Gorga. With this TLC documentary called Cult of a Real Housewife. And we're speaking about Mary M. Crosby, my favorite housewife of the Salt Lake City franchise. And yesterday I basically binged it. You had told me you watched it. I've heard of it. And like I had mentioned to you, this is a lot of the information I heard was, I've heard before.
Yeah.
What was new to me, as you said, but I heard it on a podcast I listened to because they mentioned it, was the fact that she had an affair with, what's the guy's name?
Cameron Williams.
Yeah, who appeared on season 2 of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. That was news to me. And then basically kind of the whole, did the grandma leave it to her? Did Robert manipulate? The last episode had me like, questioning some things, but what were your thoughts? Listen, all I'm gonna say is I watched it. Interesting. I'm still a Mary M. Crosby fan.
I mean, you can still like her. I feel like she's very entertaining. And, she's opened up her life a little bit more now with the troubles that she has with her son. But from this documentary, what I gathered is that her church, or the church that was bestowed upon her, it went from being something that was like a fellowship with her grandmother to now being something where it's like it's very money hungry. I don't want to say that it's a cult because I don't know, I'm not part of that shit, but I feel bad for the people that suffered, had to lose like tons of money, had to refinance and mortgage out their house and do all this shit just to pay these what is it called?
Offerings, tidings
and stuff. Like, I find that to be sad. when they mentioned that she got defellowship or whatever, I was like, how do you get defellowship and then they decide to give you the church? Like,
Because Robert at that point in that, well, if,
I think Robert was preying on his granddaughters. I think he's a weirdo. I really think he's a weirdo. I feel like for him to go after a older woman that was successful, he probably knew she was gonna die soon. They didn't say how she died, but the fact that she died at what 65, however old she was, like I don't know. I find that to be super weird. And the conversations, let's be real. If it was just people that were in the church, then it would be questionable. But even family members, your own sister was on the fucking documentary. That is crazy. That is crazy work. So I don't know. I have a lot of mixed feelings about Mary. I guess
yeah.
you never know.
It was definitely interesting. Without a doubt, it was interesting. I binged it. Some I knew, some was, still interesting nonetheless. And again, like you said, when you have a cousin on there and a sister
A
on there, it's
sister.
like, yikes. But I'll say this. This is
Their
why it's
mom
hard
was
for
on there
me.
too.
This is why it's hard for me to find a church. I like, I'm a spiritual person and I do like to fellowship and go to church and hear the word. I really do. Do I go every Sunday? No. Have I gone for a while? Yeah, I haven't gone for a while because it's very much that. The last place I went to, you give your thing, but then you start in the way they voiced it and the way they put it, the words. And I'm a very smart guy. I know how to decipher no matter how you paint it or the words you use or fancy words or even spiritual words. I know how to decipher shit. And in ways I felt like they started forcing and pushing, like, yeah, give a little more. And it's like, I'm giving what I could give. Okay. Like, I'm going to give what I'm going to give. And, I'm feeling this place out. I've only been coming here a few months at this point. So it's to say that, like, unfortunately, I feel this is a lot of churches.
I remember when I was younger, we were raised Roman Catholic, and we went to a church. I think it was in Miami. I will never forget. We had like a '97 Chevy Lumina, and I hated that car. That was the first car I learned how to drive. But I remember the pastor. He was Argentinian, smoking a cigarette outside, like parked outside, and he had an Escalade. This was when Escalades on 20s were a big fucking deal. So I was just like, that's weird. Why does the pastor have like such a nice car and we're like in a whack ass car? And then one thing that my mom would do, and this was like, we didn't really have much, but my mom would, take out dollar bills and she would give us each $2. It's four of us kids. So $2 each so we could give like for the offering. And then they would come around the second time. Then the third time. I'm like, yo, what is this? How many times are you gonna come out and like after me? Yes, they did 3 freaking offerings. I was like, in a matter of like the La Misa, the mass was an hour, I guess, or 15. And every 20 minutes they would come out. And I was just like, that's crazy. But I will never forget the look, the visual of him smoking his little cigarette outside in his Cadillac Escalade. And I was just like, doesn't seem right. Like, it doesn't give like I am devoted to God. Because one of my aunts is a nun. Like, she's a nun that has been in a
convent
in Chile for years before I was even born, since she was 18 years old, and she finally left it a couple years ago. But like, she never was like that. She never carried herself in that way, like materialistic. So at the end of the day, I'd rather talk to God by myself, and God is everywhere. You don't need to go to an establishment to have a conversation with him. So yeah.
Yeah. All in all, it was definitely an interesting episode.
It was.
Speaking of the of a cult, allegedly, of a Real Housewife, let's get into We're gonna play a little game now, because, like I said, yesterday was the season finale of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and you know what's coming up next week? It's time for the reunion, and you know when it's reunion time, we like to play our favorite game here of Keep It or Shred It.
What was the theme this year?
I don't know what was the theme. Well, the reunion hasn't thing, so they haven't said the theme, but I don't know. They were in Greece, so I'm assuming it's usually out like where they go on vacation.
Mm.
Usually. But let's get right into it with our first look of the night. And actually, because if you don't follow us on Instagram, make sure you follow us on Instagram, the Inner Circle Podcast, because that's where we post everything news that drops, promotions, and we like your participation in some of the games we play. So I want to pull up the stats numbers of the results of what y'all voted. But let's get into the first look while I do that. First up, we have Lisa Barlow.
I love this color. I love the color, the texture. It's simple, but it's elevated. I said keep it.
Yeah, for me, like that hair, the hair looks. Listen, I know her and Andy go back and forth about the hair drama and stuff or whatever, but her hair is fucking nice. It's laid, like it's
Yeah.
really nice. I like the tan or the bronze or whatever, or maybe the makeup. The dress is simple, but again, that one piece and the hair for me is like it's giving. So for me, it was a keep it, and everyone that voted felt the same way. It was 100% keep it for Lisa Barlow. Next up, we have Angie K.
I love red on a brunette. She looks gorgeous, and it's giving very Latin Barbie / Greek princess. Keep it.
Yeah, you know I love a red lip. And for me, when I seen it again, her hair is very nice, sleek. I love the red lip. I love the red lipstick. Simple. Once again, the dress could be on any other girl simple, but the way it was put together on her, for me, it was definitely a keep it. And for you guys who participated, 100% said keep it as well. Up next, we have Bronwyn.
I like it. I mean, I love her extensions. I think she looks cute with long hair. She looks more youthful. She's only 39. I don't know why the hell she'd be looking older. Well, when you have a freaking old fat baby next to you. Anyway, she looks really gorgeous. I love the drape. Keep it.
Yeah, for me, when I seen this look, I loved it. I love it with the long extensions, the hair. Um, Kudo, I know because if I seen it and it stood out to me, I know she must have clocked her makeup how it gave on camera last reunion. So she she did good this time. I know she must have told her makeup people like, please, not a repeat. And again, the longer hair helps. The yellow, I love the yellow on her. The canary yellow.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot. She looks like a cute little Tweety bird. 80% of you thought keep it, while 20% said shred it. Up next, we have Whitney Rose.
This is very subtle for her, and she's very like broad on top. So I don't know. It's giving prom. I was on the fence, but I did say keep it.
She's a very pretty girl. She's lucky she's a very pretty girl. Because a lot of times too, and even in some reunions that I've seen her in the past, I'm like, I want to say shredded, but she's lucky she's pretty, and there's something about her that I don't know, maybe makes the outfit. Because like you said, I once again, the dress could be. I'm not saying it's basic, but it's not nothing woo.
Yeah.
But she's pretty. The hair slipped back. I'm glad she's back to a blonde. I said keep it to him. 100% of you thought the same thing. It was a keep it.
Yeah, the red was not giving. I didn't like her red hair this season.
Up next, we have Meredith Marks, who basically has been the talk of the last few episodes of the damn season.
I think I put keep it, but now that I look at it, I want to shred it. It's too long. You can't see her shoes. She's a very busty woman, so the fact that she has this very up to her neck, I don't know. She looks very I mean, I guess conservative.
And even this pose, I'm like, damn, Bravo. Like, yeah, I'm sure she had a few different other poses. You have to choose this one. She just looks like awkwardly
She
posed.
looks pissed off. She looks like she had a bad reunion.
Um, for me, it was a shredded. I do like Meredith a lot, but again, like maybe like you described it, maybe it was too high up the dress, and then it was long as well. It was a shredded for me. 75% of you thought keep it though, while 25% said shred it. Up next, Heather Gay.
Shred it immediately. You girl, you lost so much weight. You could have worn anything, and you're hiding behind this like fucking mama. This is giving like Moo vibes.
Um, Nice color on her for a blonde. Um, Again, she lost tons of weight. Monica Garcia, shout out to Monica Garcia, said basically she was Heather's inspiration because if you go back to the only reunion that Monica did, Monica has basically a very similar dress and color as she did.
Why is Monica even a fucking factor? I keep seeing that she keeps like.
Well, she's doing the recaps for Carlos King, which he asked her. She didn't think he had to clarify that today because some people are thinking she's thirsty, but he wanted her to do the recaps of this season, so that's why she's been giving her input. Yeah. I like Monica, so I fucks with Monica. And I would take Monica over no storyline for years, Heather, at this point, because she's starting to tire me. 40% of you said keep it, while 60% said shut it. Next up, Brittany.
I think this looks nice. Her hair looks gorgeous. She must have gone to the salon. The color is beautiful. I love this color. It's like it's called citron. I say keep it, and I love that she dyed her hair darker because that whole blonde shit was not cute.
Yeah, I like this. I like the color as well. I like her hair. Like she's also her hair's laid too. Lisa, her, Angie, like their hairs just stood out to me. Well, and Bronwyn too because they're exceptional. But once again, she's wearing it well. Like RuPaul will say, you wear it well because looking at it on a mannequin I will be looking like at a cute, simple dress, but she wore it well. So I say keep it. 80% said keep it, while 20% said shred it. And last but not least, we were just talking about her, Mary M. Crosby, my favorite and my girl. But I'm gonna go first with this because although she's my favorite and my girl, listen, I'm not gonna be biased. For me, it's a straight up shred it. It was a shred it when I seen it. It's like, especially when someone's my favorite, I root for them fashion wise, and I want them to give. But I feel like I've seen this before on her. I love the color. Love the color. But you know, the gloves is just giving. Again, I know you're a church lady, but like,
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. She's giving church. I was gonna say keep it because it suits her. It's her
personality. But okay, fine. You know what? Right, because I have to respect someone's body and what they want to do, especially if they're a woman of God. But you know what I thought? Maybe do something with the hair, something different, something cool, like a higher style.
no. Higher
Know.
style will make her look older. I think she looks good that way. I love that lace front. Yeah, I can see what you mean. She does the silhouette a lot, but I say this is way better than what she wore last reunion. Last reunion was fur up here, sequins down here. It was terrible.
Wait, wasn't that season 2 or 1?
Oh, maybe that was season 1.
Yeah,
because I just seen it.
Yeah, you seen it.
But like
that's season 1.
That anything looks better than what that was. That was literally like a glittery fox.
I actually like that one. That look, but for me, it was shredded. But 20% said keep it, while 80% said shred it. So that is our game of keep it or shred it. Us getting our Joan Rivers on. But technically we do have a. Oh wait, not 11 boxes. Look at that. Hit me up, DM me if you want any. I did not mean to show that, but look at God. Maybe he wanted.
I'd rather you show that than a nude. Could you imagine?
That should not be in the queue here at all. So, but yeah, that is our keep it or shred it. And I was gonna say, technically, we do have credentials here because my bestie over here went to FIT, okay? So, but now we're gonna end the show with a segment that we're bringing back. Although we have left things behind in 2025, this is a segment totally worth bringing back this year because although the year started great for me, there's still some shit that is nope, not today. So we are bringing back this segment that we haven't had in a while. Nope, not today. There's a segment where each week I and Melanie will have some bullshit. It could be anything, ranging from anything to basically come here, vent, and tell them, nope, not today. Do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
I'll go first. So my nope, not today is culture switching. I've seen it a lot. I've seen it more often than I
Please
should.
explain what culture switching is, because I don't
You
really
know how people do code switching, and you know how people. I switched it to culture switching when you are of a certain culture, but then all of a sudden, when it suits you, when it's beneficial to you, you want to rep someone else's culture or a culture that you may be part of, but you know nothing about. So if someone's like, it's gonna be too obvious. For example, Ginger Minge from RuPaul's Drag Race, the latest season All Stars winner. All of a sudden, now she's telling everyone and their mom that she is Puerto Rican, a quarter Puerto Rican, and this Puerto Rican, whatever. You were not Puerto Rican all the fucking seasons before, and now you want to be part of that? That's cool. She's not the only one. People that I know in my personal life, stop with the fucking culture switching. It's not cute. That's it.
Oh, nope, not today. My nope, not today goes out specifically to Pure Gym, formerly known as Blink Fitness. Now, I've been a Blink Fitness member for years. Obviously, I love going to the gym, obviously. And it's sad that at the beginning of going to Pure Gym, the top of the year, where they're promoting for people to start their fitness journey and to, welcome them in and sign up, and it's all about your health, that at the top of the year, you will give members such an unpleasant feeling and situations. Now, Pure Gym took over Blink Fitness because Blink Fitness went out of business. Now, Pure Gym has done a revamp. Now you need a code to basically walk into like a tube that feels like a Batman that's going to shoot you up to the Batman cave or shoot you down, whichever way you look at it,
really?
To enter. I was trying to go in. Basically, long story short, they are canceling, and I wasn't the only one. So I'm going to call it an epidemic, because I wasn't the only one. I heard a few other members complain about this. They are going and canceling people's memberships and then making them resign again and also have a joining fee. Not only that, the reason why they're doing it is because they want to kick the old members' pricing in the group they were in order to now make them sign up again and pick the higher price. So, for example, I had the green membership and I was paying $36 a month. I could go to any Blink Fit Pure Gym now, in Manhattan, in New York, Bronx, Queens, wherever they have a Pure Gym. That was the green membership under Blink. Now they call it premium. And now for you to have that, it's $40-something. So they're scamming people in a sense where they're basically kicking you out from your old membership. So now you will have to rejoin under a new contract and choose a new basically status. So now basically the status I was paying for before, now I'm considered blue, and now I'm limited to where I could go. I could only go to Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, not Manhattan.
Oh, not the outsourced boroughs.
Hey, so Pure Gym, I see right through you. I see the scam. I'm not the only one. I've seen a lot of other people complain, and that is not the way to go. And Matt, whoever emailed me, thank you for that measly $20 back, but no, not today. And I will be tagging you guys in this video. With that being said, Happy New Year. Thank you guys for tuning in to our first new episode of the year. Tune in next week. I definitely want to be going over. We're starting the new year, and everyone wants to be healthy and everything. So next week, I definitely want to be talking about foods that are banned in the that are banned overseas, like the UK, but that we eat here in the States. They're trying to get us, y'all. They're trying to get us. But with that being said, say a little prayer. Love you guys. See you guys next week.
Thank you for watching. Make sure to follow, like, share, subscribe, everything the Inner Circle Podcast, and catch us every Wednesday live at 8 p.m. on YouTube and Facebook.